And three, two, one. Lisa, three, two, one.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa Whitaker, and I was Joe Brown's neighbor from the time I was about 10 years old. Joe and Marcia moved in across the street from me. Funny thing, when they started to move in, they actually moved into our kickball field, which all of the kids in the neighborhood were quite upset when the house started being built on the kickball field. But it only took a very short time for us to meet Joe and Marcia to be actually very, very grateful. We were willing to give up our kickball field so that they could be welcomed into the neighborhood. And I just wanted to take a moment just to really honor and remember Joe and his legacy, his life. He impacted me so much as a child. When I was in junior high, I actually won a skateboard at my eighth grade, I think it was magazine sales. And Joe and Marcia's driveway had just a very little bit of an incline. And so they allowed me to come over and skateboard up and down their driveway. And so many times when I did that, Joe would come out and he'd sit there and cheer me on and yell to me, and we would talk. And it just, I had such a great relationship with them. And they always, not just me, but the whole neighborhood was always welcome to run through their sprinklers or come play on their driveway. They really embraced the neighborhood children. The other thing that I really appreciated is Joe and Marcia always asked me for my athletic schedule. I played field hockey and basketball and softball, and I can't tell you the number of times I would be on the softball field or the field hockey field, and I would see their van pull up, and I would know that Joe and Marcia were there to cheer me on and to be present for my sports. And that meant so much to me. They did that all through high school, and it really was made an impact on me. As I got older, I still every time I traveled, I would come home and I would go over and visit Joe and Marcia, and we would go out to lunch, and my mom would join us. It was a very special time. And I do remember the time they came to me and said, "We just want you to know that we're moving out to Smithville." And I just looked at them and I said, "You can't do that. You've always been my neighbors. You can't leave." And they kind of laughed and they said, "We'll always be your neighbors, but we are moving." And so then that's kind of sparked even more of a time for us to go out and meet for lunches. The other thing I really remember about Joe is Halloween. Joe always sat out on his little porch and he would count the number of trick-or-treaters that came by on Blenheim Avenue, and he had his yellow pad and he would mark it down. And so at the end of Halloween night on November 1st, we'd all ask him, "So Joe, how many trick-or-treaters came to Blenheim?" And he'd have the running list. And so he was always such a neighborhood participant. He loved the children in our neighborhood, as did Marcia, as does Marcia. And that both Joe and Marcia have such a special place in my heart. And I am so, so grateful to God that he put Joe and Marcia across the street from me. And I had the privilege and the honor of growing up with them as part of my story and part of my childhood. So I just want to honor Joe Brown, his life, his legacy. I want Marcia, which she already knows, but she knows how much I love her and how much I love Joe. And I'm grateful to God for both of them. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Lisa, very much for your memories tonight.
Thank you.